So welcome everybody to Drawing Fun and Games Challenges. This is Jamila, and she's going to be our lovely artist. So take it away.
Thank you. Hi everyone, thanks for joining. My name is Jamila Walker and I am a visual artist and I live in Shrewsbury, and we're going to have 90 minutes of various drawing challenges and the theme for today is portraits. So they can be self-portraits or portraits of other people or imagined portraits. But one of the most important things that I'd like us to do today is to have fun and to be very kind to ourselves and to enjoy the process and to really think about it as a just here and now thing. And 90 minutes is quite a long time. So if you need to pop off to go to the loo or have a little break, you know, or come back, that's absolutely fine. So if you, hopefully you're comfortable, hopefully you've eaten, you're in a nice warm room. So just to avoid us getting a bit cramped up, I thought we'd just start off with just some little shoulder rolls. So if we could roll our shoulders together, because it's really easy to be drawing like this, really tight and tense. But so hopefully we're going to use our shoulders and our elbows and our wrists and all our fingers, maybe even our non-dominant hands as well. So we'll roll our shoulders first, we'll rotate our wrists and give our hands a little shake. Okay, wonderful. Okay, so we're going to, like if you were going to do a run or something, I did Zumba this morning online. I did Zumba, so you have to warm up. So we're going to warm up with a quick drawing exercise using this lovely doll. Oh, if you could mute yourself, that would be so great. Just unless you're asking a question, then please unmute yourself. So technically this is still life, but it's a portrait of some sort anyway. So this is very aptly named Baby by my 5-year-old. My husband says she's quite freaky, but I think she will start us off with our first drawing exercise, and we are going to draw her straight on. So a straight on portrait. We're going to use a piece of paper. You can use it landscape or portrait style, up to you. But we're going to just roughly, bear with me because I am drawing sideways and I'm behind you. We're going to roughly sort of divide our paper into 3. So we've got just approximate thirds, because we're going to do 3 studies of old, I don't like Baby, let's call her Cynthia. So, so just very roughly divide your paper into thirds. I'm going to work landscape style, and we're going to go for 3 minutes on our first drawing, and I love a timer, so that's brilliant for me. Set my stopwatch, and we're going to do a study of this still life, which is perfect because she doesn't move, so you're not going to get any of that. Actually, is she straight on? She's straight on-ish. She doesn't move, so you're not going to get any of your angles ruined or anything like that. So what we're going to do with our still life drawing is we're going to only use a continuous line. So we're not going to take our pen or pencil off the paper, not even once. Okay? Partly why we warmed up so well at the start. I'm going to use this pen. I'm going to check if it works. Yeah, it does. Okay. So pick a drawing implement of choice. It can be a pencil or a felt tip or a crayon, whatever you feel like. But remember, you'll be using this only because we're not going to take our pen and paper off the page. And what I'd like you to do more than any drawing is looking, because it's so easy to make assumptions, to go, yeah, we've got it. But if you closed your eyes, would you be able to do a really brilliant description of old Cynthia? Maybe not. Okay, so just for the first couple of seconds, just really have a look at where her eyes are. She's got like a line under her eyes. She's sleepy, you know, she had a bad night. She's got sort of a, kind of what shape? Like an M-shaped top lip. So you can just get in all the detail and stuff. For a little bit closer. And for portraits, we generally just draw the head and the shoulders, but you can draw the whole thing as well. See how you feel. Well, in 3 minutes, we're just going to start warming up. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, draw. Oh, she's fun, isn't she? She's got quite a bulbous, oh, can you guys see? No, you can't see there. Quite a bulbous head, which I'm going to start with. We'll start with the outline. That's not going to work from that angle. I'm going to use Sharpies because it'll be easier for you to see. It's quite a thick line and they bleed a bit, but that can be good sometimes. Okay, so far we've had 30 seconds.
Would you mind just, I think a couple of people may have joined us. I don't know if they heard everything. Would you?
Oh, yes. Hello, newcomers. Welcome. We're starting off with our first activity is technically a portrait, but she is still alive. She's not alive. And we're going to do a continuous line drawing. See, I've taken my pen off the paper, but you guys aren't going to do that. You can use any drawing implement you like, and we're going to work for 3 minutes on this. So far, we've had 1 minute and 11 seconds, but we're going to try and do a study of her. She's here. Without taking our pen off the paper. So it might mean you go over some lines, you go back on some lines, but it's all about looking rather than making assumptions. So this kind of exercise helps you do that. So don't worry if you don't finish this one, you can join us for the next one. Okay, she's got quite a big cheek, so I'm going to try and good. And I'm drawing sideways as well, so you have to be kind to me. Okay. We go back to do the other ear. Oh, I smudged it a bit as well. You might want to mute yourself.
I'll just do that.
But welcome to the dog. More looking than drawing. We've got 10 seconds left. Pens down. Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone. Let's reset that. Okay, so that's mine. I hope you could, actually, I don't know if you could see it while I was drawing. I can't see it at the moment, it's under all your pictures, but there's mine. Now, so we've done a front-on picture. We're now going to do a side profile. So we're going to have a little bit more focus on the ears, and we're going to do the same technique. And what I find is the more you do something, the more you learn about it. So you might see shapes and shadows and things that you wouldn't have seen before. So we're going to give this another 3 minutes. And we're going to go with another continuous line drawing. You might want to change drawing implements. It's up to you. So we're going to do that in the second third of our picture because we split out, sorry for the new people, we split our page into 3. But it doesn't matter really. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, I can't really see from here, so I'm going to just look over here. Okay. Quite forward, isn't it? I never see that before. It's hilarious. See if you can add shading as well as line and tone and texture, because you can do lots of different types of line. It's just that I don't want you to take the pen off the paper. So still experiment. I mean, she's pretty much the same all over because she's plastic, but there are like indentations in her. So, ooh, where's she gone? There. Okay, almost 2 minutes gone. I think I've made her hair a bit big. Okay, 30 more seconds. We have a hump on her back, which I've not put on. Brilliant. Okay, thank you. Hopefully that felt a little bit more comfortable the second time round. And the third, in our third of our picture, we are going to draw Cynthia again. What's on her head? But we're going to do the dreaded, for me, it's the dreaded one, the 3/4 view, because perspective is a little bit more challenging. However, because we've done these first two, we've been looking and learning and seeing how things lead into each other. And this one should be a little easier than if we'd started off with it first. Okay, so another 3 minutes, just using continuous lines, drawing old Cynthia here. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, draw. Can't see it. Remember, this is just a warm-up. Quite a lot of curves on her, which I find quite satisfying. What a weird lump I've given her as a chin. I think I might have to narrow that down a bit. About halfway through. Shading is especially important on a 3/4 picture because otherwise it can look really flat. So think about where you might want to go over lines, add more depth. Maybe make your lines a little thicker.
So much concentration. We've just had somebody new join us.
Oh, hello! Welcome, welcome. We are just finishing this activity, so you might want to join us for the next one because we've only got 40 more seconds. So, welcome, welcome. So, if you get some drawing implements and some paper and a mirror, if possible, a tabletop mirror would be great. But if you haven't got one, that's okay. We can always work it out. We'll always find an alternative. Oh, that arm is very big. Oh, I think the last one is the most scary one, to be honest, for me. Oh my God, I let you have an extra 20 seconds. I'm so sorry, I was not concentrating. Okay, lovely. If you're happy to, you're more than welcome to show, show the group your,
yeah.
Ooh. Right, let me see. Oh, excellent, cool, thank you, Anne. Can you bring yours a little bit closer? Yes, lovely. What's your name? I can't see your name. What's your name not there? Lovely. Oh, hello, more people, Louise. More people. Hello. Oh, loads more people. This is fabulous. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello. Excellent.
I only see half the baby.
Oh, well, she's gone now. She's off. We've finished that activity now. So we're all warmed up. So thank you. Welcome to everyone joining us for portraits drawing games. So we've got our full face creepy doll here. And then we did a side portrait, which I find is probably a little bit easier because it's quite flat and you don't have any foreshortening. And then we did the dreaded 3/4, which is, you know, a lot. So you have to think about perspective and angles and how things relate to each other. But that was just a warm up. So well done to you all. Hopefully that's you feel energized and ready to do more creative activities. Thank you very much. So we need a new piece of paper or turn yours over. Mine is like, the Sharpie's like bleeding to mine. So it's not that I hate the environment. I will use those papers again for something else. Ooh. Making a mess, making a mess. Okay, what are we doing next? Let's look at my notes. Okay, lovely, lovely, lovely. Oh, okay. So what we're going to do is, if you've got a mirror, a tabletop mirror, that would be brilliant. If you haven't, and you're working with somebody else, you can just do alternate drawings of each. You can do drawings of each other, if that's okay. If you don't have a mirror or another person to draw, if you've got a phone or an iPad, on the photo setting, there's a reverse button and you can draw yourself that way. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to split our drawings, our paper, sorry, into 4. Just rough ones. You can fold it if you want to, or you can just do a rough drawing like what I'm going to do. And we're going to do a different self-portrait in each quarter. That is not a quarter. Anyway, never mind. Okay. So in the first quarter, we are going to draw ourselves, but we are only, this mirror is very dirty. We are going to draw ourselves, but we are only going to use straight lines. So if you want to create shadow, so I've got a shadow around my head, under my eyes, that's when you'll probably use thinner lines closer together to evoke shadow, and you might leave highlights completely bare. So we're going to do, and you can take your pen off the paper. I'll try and only have one edit per picture, and you can use any drawing implement you like, any colours you like. So we'll do another 3 minutes on that. But actually, we'll spend the first 20 seconds being a bit creepy and just staring at ourselves to work out, like, do you have an oval head? Do you have quite a square? I've definitely got quite a square head going on here. And think about the position of all your features, like your eyes, they're in the middle of your head, even though it might not look like it, but from the top of where your head is, your eyes are definitely in the middle. Your mouth is about a quarter up. No matter what structure you've got of your face, everyone follows the same rules. So we'll just have a few seconds just to have a proper analysis of your face, see if there's any food on it, see, like, count all the spots you might have. Oh, that's a nice one there. Extra details, little bits, you know, you might think, oh, my hair's really curly, but there might be like the odd little bit of a wave. So we're really taking a nice self-evaluation. Going, oh, got a bit of sleep in my eye. Okay, so we're going to do 3 minutes, and the first drawing, we're just going to be using straight lines. Okay, so those lines could be vertical, they could be horizontal, they can be diagonal, it can be zigzagged, however you want to go. Okay, I'm going to show you. Pierre Mondrian loved a straight line. You see that? So I'm using him as a little bit of influence for our first quarter self-portraits. So hopefully everybody has got someone to draw for themselves. I'm going to flip mine a little bit so it's a little bit more flattering on me. So we're just going to do head, shoulders, and neck. Obviously, don't miss out the neck. Okay, so straight lines. 3 minutes. Go. I'm going to go with pinks, actually. I'm going to use this quite bright pink for my shadows and darks, and this lighter one, and then I might try and see if I can find a mid-tone. It's a little bit in between. Okay, go. I'll try and draw so you can see. That's really hard. Just straight lines. Oh, this is hard. 3/4 hard. Why did I sit like this? This was a mistake on my part. Put my ear in the wrong place. Again, lots more looking than drawing.
To finish off my towel. Oh, stick. I'm gonna finish them. There's still loads.
Only straight lines, got 50 seconds left. Oh, I haven't put any other shading in mine. My eyes are very dark. I should use a dark colour. Oh, I'm going to have to make some quick decisions. Okay, stop. Thank you. I hope you've seen new bits of your face that you weren't aware of before. Okay, so for the second quarter, we'll show them afterwards, actually. Keep knocking my drink over. I'm trying to cause a calamity. Okay, so for our second quarter, we're going to be a bit influenced by the artist David Hockney and his portrait of of his mother, and in this picture, he's only used, oh, you can't see that from there, it's very bleached out. He's only used dashes. So we're only going to use lines like this. So you can change the direction of them. You can have them crossing over each other to create texture and shadows. We're going to draw a self-portrait only using dashes, inspired by David Hockney's drawing. Yeah, of his mother that he did in 1985. I'll show you again. Okay. So just dashes. Okay. There's my timer. Okay, reset. 3, 2, 1, go. Use any colours. I think I might go for green this time. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for greens. Now this one, you have to work a lot quicker and make quicker decisions because you've got a lot more marks to make. And you don't need to fill in all the space. You can leave gaps. They can suggest highlights like the top of your cheek, the tip of your nose, above your eyebrows. That's where the light generally catches. They're the bits of your face that poke out the most. So you could leave those bits bare, or you could use a lighter colour, whatever you feel like. Okay, we're 1 minute in. I'm not following my own rule. I was drawing more than looking. Now I have a mouth that's really very close to my chin. Okay, 1 more minute. Let's check what we're doing. Okay, oh, where's it gone? 15 more seconds. Is that right? Yes, I can add 15 more seconds. Oh, I forgot my nose ring. Oh my God. Oh, that's the wrong colour. So hard. And stop. Lovely. Okay, for the third self-portrait, oh, you're going to be sick of looking at your own lovely faces. We're going to use geometric shapes. So triangles, squares, hexagons. I think that's a hexagon. Pentagons. I'm going to just say words. Okay, and if you can make them block as well, like filled in, that would be even better. But if you don't have the time, so have a look at your face and see what sort of shapes you can see. Like I've got quite a defined line on the top of my lip that's like an upside down triangle. My eyebrows, I plucked off the ends. No, I didn't. I had them threaded. Never do that. So now I've got no eyebrow here. So those just sort of go up into a very thin triangle. Your eyes, they're generally quite ovally, but we're going to have to change the shape of them because we only want straight lines, but we're going to work with specific block shapes. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. If not, just go with it. These are just words. They're just a starting point. Okay, so let's have a little look at our faces and make some quick decisions. Okay, I'm gonna go for oranges this time, I think. You can mix up the colours if you want to. You don't have to go with one specific colour. Okay, so geometric shapes then we're going with this time. Oh God, half an hour's gone already. That was quick. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. So like it's like you're a robot or something. Think about yourself in those sort of really. So it's quite similar to the straight line, but we're going to be a bit more sort of rigid with our lines, a bit more precise. So we'll get the basic shapes in first, and then you can start adding some detail. So let's try and get all our features in: eyes, nose, mouth, ears, hairline, stuff like that. So discovery, we're going to find out what we look like as robots. Okay, so hopefully you've got all your basic shapes in, and now we can start filling them in and making them block colours. So we're not worrying about shading now, we're just going to make really nice flat block colours. "35 seconds left." I've been using orange, I'm going to use a bit of blue because blue is the opposite of orange. And when they're together, they get more vibrant. Okay, 10 seconds left. Oh, okay. And stop. Thank you. Excellent. Hopefully that was fun. Okay, and for our last quarter, it's yourself again, but we're going to do a style of your choice. So I'm not completely a dictator. So you could just do a straight drawing with a pencil, or you could use loads of wiggles. You could repeat one of the ones you already done that you thought, I'd like to work on that one again. I feel like I could do a better job, or I would enjoy it more the second time. So any style you like. So freestyle for the last 3 minutes. You can change your position. You can work out what might be more interesting to look at. So any style you like, using any media you like. 3, 2, 3, 2, 1, go. I'm going to use a pencil for mine. What's this? HP. Could be a cartoon style. Could be quite abstract. Whatever you're in the mood for. Okay, halfway through. Okay, 30 more seconds. And stop. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for taking part. I'm going to move some of my accoutrements out the way because they're getting on my nerves. Okay, so if you would like to, if you're comfortable and happy to, you can show us your work.
Looking forward to seeing them.
Okay, so drum roll please. And reveal. So that's my straight line one. There's my dashes. There's my geometric blocks, and this is my freestyle sort of abstract 3/4 mixed with straight on. And oh, let me look at your guys because I'm nosy. Oh, lovely. Oh, could you bring yours a bit closer? Yeah, perfect. Oh, fabulous. Everyone's got very classic with the pencil. Very classic. Lovely. Those are animals. I can see animals there, Edna. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, brilliant. Thank you, Louise. Oh, I like the hair on that one. Lots of angles. Okay. Oh, there's Sian again. I need to see Sian. I find her reassuring. Yes. Okay. Brilliant. Very good. Thank you very much. That was really good fun for me. Hopefully you too. Okay. So now we're going to create portrait using our imagination a little bit more, but we're going to be influenced by some sort of famous artists, and they may be famous to you, they may not be. That's fine. There's many artists in the world. I'd like to say I've used this book a lot. It's called The Art Book, and there's a bigger version, but I was too cheap to buy it. There's not many women in this, but it's a good book. Okay, so first of all, we are going to start with a face shape, which was very popular with the artist. Oh, a bit bright there. I don't know why I picked it because I can't say his name. Modigliani. Is that right? Is that Modigliani? Something like that. Yes, him. And a lot of his pictures he drew from life, but they always had almond-shaped eyes that came pulled out and very long oval faces and often very long necks. So that's what we're going to start with, and we're going to see what we sort of come up with. So it's gonna be like a sort of a composite. Is that the word? Composite. You probably want your page portraits. Okay, can you still see mine if I do it like that? I might take this box away. Okay, so we're going to start off with a very much a long oval face with quite a pointy chin. Okay, so we're gonna, and the head is going to fill up about 2/3 of the top of your picture. Probably want a pencil for this, just so if you have any things that you're not happy with, you can rub out. Maybe a mid pencil like a HB, probably not a B because it'll be too smudgy and stuff. So we're gonna start off with Mog Chigley. I can't say his name. Anywho, him. It is a man. It is a man. So a nice oval head. So not right at the top of the page in case we want to put some hair on. I haven't decided yet about hair. So we're just going to very faintly plot that out. A nice pointy chin. Okay. So just very faintly. Try not to press too hard because this is our guide. And your picture can be, actually, that's I haven't mentioned that bit. Anyway, so we're just doing a very long neck. Okay. Lovely. And a long neck that's sort of coming into quite slopey shoulders. Okay. Quite slopey shoulders. Great. Okay. A long, really long, exaggerated neck. So most people's shoulders come a little bit more horizontally out, but he exaggerated his as very droopy, sort of matching the neck and the head. Okay. So quite a pointy chin and slopey shoulders. Oh, Sean, you're back. Oh, I was worried. Okay. So this is what I've got so far. Are you all ready to carry on? I can't see everybody, so I'm just gonna. You look ready.
Yeah, you look ready.
Yeah, cool. Thumbs up. Yes. Okay, great. Okay, I like to see me the most. Okay. Okay. Who are we doing next then? Ooh, a monobrow. And 10 points if you guess who my monobrow is inspired by. The lovely Frida Kahlo. She's very infamous for her one eyebrow going across, and she did most of her work was self-portraits. So we're going to have our eyebrow going across the middle of her forehead. So it could be a very thin eyebrow, a la 90s style, or it could be a very 2017 bushy upwards eyebrow. I'll let you go whatever you want, but ideally it'll meet in the middle and go across the head. So not quite halfway down the head, just a little bit above that. And you can use any drawing implement you like for that. So mine's going to be quite a bushy one, like Frida. Oh, Frida. I've dressed up as Frida for Halloween because she's easy. Just put flowers on your head and draw in monobrow. And then you look cultured. Okay. It's not quite the middle, never mind. And if you've still got your mirror, you can have a look at your own eyebrows and see that sometimes the hair isn't always as thick over your whole eyebrow. So you might want to mix different pressures. So don't press as hard sometimes because there's lots of thinner hair sort of at the middle, and then as it peters out. So I'm going to use a fine liner pen to sort of do that. And then you might have the odd stray really long one, or a grey one, or a really curly one in there. Okay, so let's add a little bit of texture and tone, and to sort of mirror the shape of your face sort of going back, you can, the eyebrow would be a little thinner towards the end of the face. Okay. Okay, so now we've got our Frida eyebrow. Oh, people are still working, I can see that. That's fine, no rush. It's so fun nosying on people.
I think that's the one difference of online. You do kind of get to focus a bit more on people than when you're all in the room together. That's one of the... I
am missing people though. I am missing people a lot. I cried when I saw my friend in the street the other day. I was like, oh God, people. Oh, people.
I think it's starting to feel a bit more real now, isn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, so yeah.
And also Easter weekend, you know, I think that really usually a lot of time do family things, and
Exactly.
you know,
It's really weird. But yeah, so it's not. I'm really glad to you guys have joined me. I feel a little more part of the world. Okay. Who are we going to do next?
how many artists are in that book?
Oh, that's a very good question.
Hundreds.
Let's see if it says on the front. 500.
500 in that book.
500. Mainly men.
Yeah,
women in
do a
there.
new version.
Yes. Okay, so for our third influence, we're going to go with the headwear of the girl with the pearl earring. Oh, you can't see that. Can you see that? It's really like bright. Oh, there. That's a bit better. Yes. So she's got like blankets sort of on her head. I've got a headscarf today, but you can choose your headwear. So it can be drapey fabric, so you could have some folds in there, or it could be a top hat if you can fit one in, or maybe a beret. However you feel, let your imagination run wild. Who did that one? Vermeer, is that how you say his name? Vermeer did the girl with the pearl earring. So, well, and also some earrings, please. So earrings and some headwear. So you can think about what, if there's any hair in the start. I think I'm going to do a beret. So, and I'm going to have like a little chic bob with my beret. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, beret. I'm going for beret. Or maybe a fascinator. No, beret. I'm going classic beret. With that little sort of thing that they have on the top that looks like a tomato thing. So just when you start off, just use your pencil to just plot things out, and then if you're not happy with it, you can always rub bits out or work heavier over the top. So you're not super committed. Okay. And she's got her hair tucked behind one ear, so we're only going to see one earring because she lost the other one. I lose all my earrings as well. She's got big ears coming outside. Okay, the bottom of your ear usually follows with the bottom of your nose, but I mean, we're doing our own abstract style here, so don't feel pressured to be anatomically correct. I was looking for a rubber. I don't usually use rubbers, but I feel in a rebellious mood. Okay, so as we're drawing, think about where the light is hitting your person. I haven't given her a name yet. It's definitely a woman there. So think about where the highlights might be, where the shadows might be. I think for me, my light's going to be coming in from here. So when I start adding colour, it's going to be lighter here and then across her nose and things. But I mean, you know, again, you don't have to get too hung up on that because we're doing quite an abstract piece anyway. Okay. Oh, her earring is gonna be a bit Janet Jackson. Because Janet Jackson is a pop star from the 80s and 90s, and she used to wear a key in her ear for her pets or something. I think that was the cage for her pets. So I'm gonna do a key. So your earring can be anything you like. It can be a classic simple stud. Where's my rubber? Oh, there. Okay, so that's mine so far. So I've got a beret for my headgear, I've got a key earring and just one ear. Okay, let's try and make that symmetrical, unless she had like a lockdown haircut that she did herself. Okay. Oh, that's not symmetrical there. Never mind. Ruby. Okay. You're still working. I see you. I see you. Liz is gone. That's just a chair. Okay, I'll give you 1 more minute to add these extra details because I did give you 3 elements. I did give you headgear, hair, and ear. So we'll have a little moment to do that, and I will have a drink and see if I spill it on myself. Ooh,
What have you got?
Oh, I've got hot water because
lovely.
I am so pure.
Another bit of H2O. H2O.
H2O, a bit of council pop. That's what we used to call it when I was a kid. Okay, so we'll give you 1 more minute on this. Oh my God, we've only got like 35 minutes left. I mean, I hope I'm not the only one, but I'm having a blast.
It's good fun though, isn't it? I think when you get quite involved.
Yeah. Good. Okay.
Somebody was asking earlier, are we just reusing the worksheet from last time?
Oh.
Or did you make another one?
I didn't make another one because I wasn't requested to one, but I will make another one. You could use it as a portrait one. I mean.
And because you're going to run another one in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Do we know what the theme for that will be?
I don't. Oh, I think it's landscapes. Yeah, I think it's landscapes. Ooh, I don't know.
We'll have a think.
I don't know.
Yeah.
No, it's not landscapes. I've decided it's not landscapes. I've changed my mind. Okay. Now we're going to add some pattern to our clothing, because we should have, I'm going to move this out of the way, we should have a neck and what's this bit called, décolletage, and we've got our headgear as well. So if you can either add, you don't have to necessarily add the pattern all over these areas, but you might want like a necklace, maybe a choker, or I think mine's going to wear a polo neck. And I'd like you to use these geometric shapes and patterns that, who did this? Klimt. So there's a lot, these are very goldy coloured, gold and bronzy colours, and he's got a lot of sort of like Egyptian eye shape. So it's actually not all geometric, there are some curves and things in there. So we're going to use some sort of really simple patterns, but when they're all together they look really effective. And no, polo neck, yeah, we're going with polo neck. So so you might want to put these patterns on your headwear as well, or just on the neck and or shoulders. So I think I'm going to go for a polo neck, because I'm jealous of people that wear polo necks because they make me stressed. I feel like closed in. So this girl can have a polo neck, and we're going to use these patterns as an influence. So experiment with thickness of lines, zigzags. Those eyes might be really cool to include. I'll do my patterns in Sharpie so you might be able to see it a little bit better. Okay, I'll show you again this one. Oh, you can see the reflection of my garden in that as well. And what he's done quite contrasty. It's really flat, all the clothing, but then he's got this woman, and he's painted her in oils and used shading. So it's quite an interesting contrast. Oh, there's also lots of swirly lines as well. So yeah, pattern. That's what we're going with. Pattern. A bit of repeated pattern, a bit of non-repeated pattern, mixing it up. I'm going to keep mine in little blocks because I like how he's done the little blocks. He's got loads of little triangles in there as well. That's cool. So yeah, so we're going to fill our space with different patterns. Okay, a little bit inspired by Klimt. I'm going to add a bit of gold into mine. Golds and yellows and blacks I used quite a lot of. So they must look really spectacular in real life. And if you've got a ruler, you might want to use that as well, because that would be a nice contrast to all the sort of organic curved lines we're using. So it's sort of a bit, we're sort of creating a hodgepodge of our ideas influenced by mainly dead artists. I think they're mainly dead. Okay, we'll do this for a few more minutes. Try and repeat some of the patterns just to give it a little bit of balance across your picture, if you so wish. I'm going to try endeavour to fill up all this space, and if I don't fill it up while I'm with you guys, I'll do it later on today. And I'll send a worksheet with some more ideas. So I did have some more ideas that I don't think we're going to have time to do. Okay, we'll do 2 more minutes of pattern. Geometric shapes and lines and influenced by old Klimt. No, there's no P in there, stop saying P. Okay, great. Okay, so if you want to add, I've definitely got empty space here, so I want to fill all this up. So I'm going to add some more there at a later stage. And we're now going to be influenced. I think we've got 2 more artists to find inspiration from for our portrait. What have we got? Tynnu already. Tynnu. Oh, Salvador Dali. Quite a fan of the facial hair, so more hair from the monobrow to a moustache. So it can be any style moustache you like. He's gone for quite a product-rich long one that comes out, and I think I might go with him, but it could be one of those full bushy ones, however you feel. So yeah, so about 3/4 of the way down your picture would be the mouth. So above the mouth, bit of facial hair. He's got quite wild eyebrows as well. His eyebrows got some hair poking up here as well. Yeah. So you could mirror the angles and the shape of your monobrow that we did second of all. I see you. Okay. So once you've done that, let's add a mouth underneath. Any shape you want. I'm going to go for quite a small one, I think. I think everything's been quite big and bold, and I like contrast. So I'm going to go for quite a small mouth with lots of curves. I think my character can definitely be defined as non-binary. Okay. Okay. There's my mustachio and my very small mouth. Okay, so we've used all our influences so far, so now we're going to spend 10 minutes adding in eyes of our choice, nose, and adding some colour and texture, and really thinking about where the light would be hitting and where we'd get the most shadows. So you might want to use as reference some of the drawings that we did earlier. You might want to use your own face and use your mirror. So now it's a bit more of a free-for-all, and we can fill in the gaps. I mean, your person might not even have eyes, which is really creepy and scary, but I think mine is going to definitely have some. So let's start adding some colour in, start getting rid of any lines that we don't want anymore, and sort of every time we do a new bit, let's pull away from our picture, have a look at it, reassess it, think, do I like that bit there? And so try not to work too close to your picture all the time, and look at it from different angles. Okay, so we're going to have about 5-10 minutes on adding some extra detail and colour and shading and tone and any more pattern if you want to. Okay, I'll try that. So I'm putting the highlights on my lips with a pink because I've coloured the lips in red, but I'm going to give them a... Which isn't that apparent, but never mind. And the shadow that's under the lips I'm going to sort of do with a black, which is quite graphic because on no person is like black lines really. But it makes it a bit more graphic-y and a bit more cartoony. Try and overlay your lines to create like texture and depth and things, unless you want it to look really flat and blocky. We all have like really standard ways of working, and then we all sort of go back to that, but hopefully this will add, like this workshop will add some more to your like repertoire, and you might, because it's so easy to just go back to the same things. And even though Modigliani's picture is quite flat in many ways, he has got a little bit, God, you can't see that at all. He has got a little bit of shadow around the face and on the neck, just to give it a little bit of depth. So I'm going to add a little bit of that. With a brown, I think. I'm going to make the lines sort of curve in because our faces are quite curved and not flat. But mine is not by any means a good representation of a real living human being. Under the hat is going to be a bit of shadow. I'm using metallic tones for my earring. Remember, we're trying to draw with our whole arm and shoulder so we don't get all tense. And if you could share your work with Arts Connection after the session, that'd be great, because we can get a proper look at them and they can post them online.
You can either post them onto the Facebook event or you can email them to me, which I've just put down at the bottom for you in the chat.
Excellent.
So yeah, we'd love to see the pictures of all your artwork because the other ones were great. I've also put a link on there for a feedback form that you can just copy and paste into your browser, and you can just let us know what you thought, how you felt, or email me as well when we send you the photos. I love that, Anne.
Oh, no way. That is so cool. I love that. Oh, that's so cool. So fun. Because I have quite orangey hair, I think, for me. There's some different textures in it. Okay, so a couple more minutes on this, unless you want more time. Absolutely, there's no rush. So be really experimental, because what's brilliant about art is none of your ideas can be wrong. And all what I say is just a guide, and you get to make all your own decisions. And we'll all have a really unique piece of artwork at the end. Oh, I've thought of a theme. I know what I want to do for the last one. The next workshop, I would like the theme to be narrative. It's going to be stories, visual stories. That's what we're doing. Oh, that sounds fun. Okay. Just a few more minutes on that. I haven't got eyes yet. Yeah, I think I do. This colour. Never used this colour before. I'm getting more confident at sideways drawing. Is everyone happy to move on, or would you like a few more minutes? Oh, wow. Oh, that's so cool. I love the hair, Louise. That's so cool. Excellent. That's so good. Okay, well, I'm gonna, this is mine so far, but I'm gonna definitely add a bit more detail. So we've got 10 minutes, and I think we'll just do one more activity. This is gonna be quite a warm down. Look at me, I'm so into exercise these days. I know all the words. Okay, so as we have been looking at ourselves quite a lot today in the mirror, you can just see a bit of my room now. I'd like us to do a blind drawing. So we're going to close our eyes and we're going to draw ourselves, because it's all about us. So have a proper look at yourself or the person that you're drawing, instead if you haven't got a mirror. And we're going to try and remember all the tones, all the shapes of our face, all the shadows and things. Hopefully the light hasn't really changed very much in my rooms. It's quite a cloud-free day. So we'll just take a few seconds to have a look at like the way our hair, what angles our hair goes. I've twisted mine up so it's a bit of a shape there. So we just have a few minutes, and then we're going to draw using any implement you like, but we're not going to look. So you can draw any lines, you can change pens if you want to, you might want to put the pens in front of you first, but we're going to draw ourselves with our eyes closed, which is very weird for me because then I can't look at the time and check how long we're going. Oh, I can set an alarm. I can set an alarm. There's always a way. There is always a way. So we're going to do this for about 5 minutes. Alarm, 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 alarm. So it's 12:21 now. I can add, so that's 12:26. Actually, we'll go 12:27 just in case that's not quite a minute. Okay, that's right. Okay, so we will have a quick look at our faces again, drinking all that information, and oh, not that one. And we're going to close our eyes. Just try not to scrunch your eyes together. Try and have a relaxed face. Let's give our hands another rotate our wrists, shake our fingers, because we have been working really hard for almost an hour and a half, and our shoulders. And this is going to be potentially a little bit uncomfortable because we're so used to being in control. So this is going to take one of our senses away from us. But we can also feel our faces while we're drawing. If your hands, oh, actually, no, you're not supposed to touch your hands at the moment, are we? Face. No one touch your face. I never gave that advice. No one touch their face. Remember, we're going to remember what we look like. Okay, so let's very gently close our eyes. Try not to scrunch it up. Try and relax our jaw, relax our tongue in our mouth. And we are going to try and fill the page. Obviously, you don't know. So let's start off with our head shape. Do you have an oval head? Is it more square? Is it more heart-shaped? Really try and think what you've got going on there. Okay. So if you've done the head, Let's add a neck and some shoulders. And as soon as you've taken your pen off the paper, your pen or your pencil or your pastel, whatever you're using, then it's like, oh, where do the next lines go? Okay, I don't feel confident with this second bit of neck and shoulder. I was going to show it you, and then I thought, you can't see it. You close your eyes. Okay, so neck, shoulder. And you've drawn yourself already a few times today, so you're very accustomed to what you look like. Okay, let's go with the eyes now. So roughly in the middle of the head. What kind of eye shape have you got? Mine are quite almond shaped. Now what's going to be great after you've done this one is to see if the other one matches up. Okay, so most people, well, everyone's got like a crease above their eye when their eyes are open that sort of mirrors the shape above your eye, like a thin line above that, and then below that. And then your top eyelashes, usually, some people are quite straight, but most people's are quite curved. And they get thinner as they go towards the centre of your nose. So let's add some eyelashes in. Your eyelashes might be like in your neck, for all I know. Let's do the bottom eyelashes. The hair tends to be a bit thinner there, and they tend to be not as close together. Okay, and let's try and mirror that on the other side with the other eye. Sorry. Okay. Oh, I didn't put a pupil in that other eye. I forgot a pupil. Okay. I'm gonna highlight where the light. No idea where this is. Okay, I'm going back to my right eye now because I forgot the pupil. I'm going to put the pupil in now. If anyone's feeling particularly adventurous, let's go with shading. Okay, doing that crease above the eye and below. Eyelashes, top and bottom. Oh, my arm's hurting. Give it a shake. Don't know where my eyes now. Okay, nose. Do you have quite a wide nose? Narrow? I'm assuming you're drawing from the front on, so you could just put the nostrils in if you wanted to, and then a little bit of shading from the nose. On the sides of the nose. A bit of contouring. You got any freckles on your nose? Might want to add those in. I'm going to open my eyes because, you know, I need to see what the time is. But I'm not looking at my picture, I promise. Oh, I've only got 1 minute left. Okay, we'll go on for a little bit longer because there's about 4 minutes left of the session. So we'll just ignore that alarm when it goes off. Okay, it went off now. Okay. Oh, snooze. I'll snooze it. It's cool. That went quicker than I thought it would. Okay, yeah, we'll just 3 more minutes. So now we've got to make some quick decisions. We need to add a mouth. What have we done so far? Face, neck, shoulders, eyes, nose, mouth, hair. Mouth, hair, eyebrows. Okay, mouth, hair, eyebrows. Quick decisions. 1 minute on each. I don't know what my mouth looks like. Okay. Oh, don't forget your chin as well. There's a shadow under your mouth. I don't know why I was just touching it. Don't touch your face. We're not supposed to touch our faces. Okay. Pop some eyebrows in. I think that eyebrow's in the hair. Never mind. And hair. Okay. 2 more minutes. I've opened my eyes, but I haven't looked at mine. But I'm trusting you all. Oh, my battery's going to die on my computer. 2 seconds.
No.
I charged it. It's very stressful. Okay, I'm going to give you 30 more seconds with your eyes closed to see this self-portrait. And I'll work on the worksheet today and send it to Arts Connection. So.
Yeah, so if anybody wants a bit of a worksheet so they can have a go at some of these things again on their own, if they've really enjoyed it, then we can send that on just as little reminders to you.
Okay, because I had about 3 more activities that I didn't do, so I can include those.
Oh, there we go, that'd be fab.
So that's worked out quite nicely.
Well, can we see everybody's then?
Yes, please.
See a few.
Excellent. Oh, these are so fun. Oh, brilliant. Oh gosh, I really need to see them all. That is pretty good. Oh my god.
I'm quite impressed with some of those.
You really have your eyes closed. Those are fantastic. I'm very impressed.
Believe it, would you?
Very impressed. Thank you so much. I've had such a lovely morning. Thank you guys for joining us. It's been really fun, and I hope you guys have had a good time too. It's been really nice meeting you, because we probably would never have met under other circumstances. So thank you for your creativity and your imagination and your open-mindedness. It's been brilliant. Really.